Hello. Anybody here? I'm just gonna get myself sorted out a little bit. I wasn't gonna go live, so this is a little bit last minute. If you are about and you're watching, then do say hi. I'm just gonna adjust stuff a little bit. Bring you in a little bit closer. Oh, hi Scott, all right? I was feeling a bit tired and I thought I was going to do a live, and then I got watching TV for a little bit and I was like, I don't know if I can be arsed now. And then Rich Mitch commented on my video and said do a stream, and I thought, you know what, it might be quite nice because I'm still quite lively. Well, not lively, I mean, God, that's an exaggeration. I'm not lively, but I'm still in night shift mode, so I'm not as tired as the average 8-day normal, you know what I mean, office worker type thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I thought I would do a stream on unisex, gender fluid, gender neutral fragrances that everyone can wear. So that's what I've got. Hi Heather. I'm in a waving mood today. Hi. Our Neil's here. Are you still with Dan? I haven't seen Dan for a little while. I'm going to see him tomorrow, so not with him physically, nor if you meant in a relationship, no, that was a long time ago, but I'll be meeting up with Dan tomorrow. So I think we're checking the law. We're not quite sure what we're allowed to do in terms of getting together and doing we're hoping to do a stream or maybe shoot a frag chat video. Hi Barry, hi Cherie. Neil, really? We'll worry about that at the time. Right. Anyway, cheers everyone. Happy Thursday night. Hope you're all doing well. The week's going well for you. Let me know what your drink of the night is. Let me know what your scent of the night is. Hi, we have David May. Hi, David May. Oi, oi, he says. Amori, watching from Iraq. Hello, all the way over there. Heather, he's wearing fluffy lemon top. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Happen to have some here, right here. Fluffy lemon top, but we're going to come back to that. So yeah, if you haven't shared your scent of the night or day, then let me know now. What's your drink? What's your snack? Oh, we have the ducky. Don't tell her I'm here. I've seen you, ducky. I've got my eye on you. Scott's wearing Baccarat Rouge 540. Sorry, yes, Scott's wearing Baccarat Rouge 540. Cherie. Last night was Eliza's Essence #1. I haven't put my scent of the day on yet. That's fair enough. Question in scents. Hello. It says, evening Claire. I'm wearing Auto Paris-Riviera. My eyes are blurring on that word there. Virid. And drinking Merlot. Cheers. And Luke is here. Sup losers. Sup loser. Right back at you, Luke. Right, yeah, so going for so kind of, I think it was Hillary really gave me the idea because talk of the devil, and the devil arrives. So the borough, Hillary, hello sweeties, she says, but she probably goes, hello sweeties. Well, I can't do her accent. Yeah, but it was Hillary that gave me the idea. Hillary has done she just did a sort of gender neutral unisex type fragrance video, so I thought I would do, I've been meaning to do some summer videos. I don't think I've done any yet, I'm not sure. So I thought I would start with summer fragrances for everyone. So I've picked a load here that I think are completely suitable for everyone, whatever you may identify as, or how you identify, or whether you care about masculine, feminine orientated fragrances. Some you might feel lean traditionally more one way or the other, i.e. some are sweeter and more floral, and some are less sweet, maybe more woodsy, but that's just traditional marketing stuff. Rich Mitch is wetter than an otter's pocket outside. Not here, look, no rain here, you'd hear it banging on the roof. Tony's in his pocket. Tony's working, bless him. Don't eat all the cakes, Tony. Get me some French fancies. So yes, we've got here a selection of completely what I consider gender neutral fragrances. We'll say that. Notes. I'm tired. I identify as a Chaise Lounge. What would you recommend, Claire? A Chaise type fragrance. So you want something velvet, tender oud, just because it's got velvet in the name, and I'm seeing you as a velvet Chaise Lounge. Hillary's wearing Nikolai Fig Tea. And Jon Snow's here. Hi, John. John, you commented on my video. I haven't replied yet. I'm going to send you some powder and dust. Just I'll get in touch and get your address off you. You need to smell that, my dear. And I've got plenty, so you can smell some of mine. Right then, let's start with, I'm going to start with, I've got a good selection here. I don't know if I'll do them all. We'll just see how it goes. Hi, Richard. So we'll start with maybe one that you might expect to be on my list. I don't know. This is Venetian Bergamot by Tom Ford. What I love about this for summer is it lasts so well. It's such a good performer on my skin, and I've heard other people say the same. It's not just bergamot, it's gardenia, but it's got a good woodsy backbone to it. So it feels like, yes, okay, you've got some florals with the gardenia, but you've also got quite a lot of woodsiness, so it balances it out and stops it being too girly or too manly. To me, it's in the middle, and it's so fresh. It reminds me of a green coloured, fresh cocktail with loads of crushed ice in it. It's just very vibrant, lively, fresh and zingy, and I think it's amazing. I really do. So Tom Ford Venetian Bergamot, I think, is an exceptional summer fragrance. I would happily wear this, and I do wear this all year round, but I feel more like I want to wear it when the weather starts heating up, just because it is quite vibrant and fresh. I'll pop that one over there. La Charisma, good afternoon, evening all. Looking forward to your selections. Jon Snow says, Scott, me old bean. I feel like bean is going to be the theme of these live streams now. And Arlise is here. She says, hey Arlise. Barry's more interested in football than watching us. Tina says hi. Hi Tina. So yeah, that was my first one. I'm going to move on to the next one once I've had a little sippy poos. Yeah, I'm a little bit zombified when you come off nights. I'm sure some of you know, I think Barry does nights, and I know Tony is doing nights at the moment, and I think someone else in here does nights as well. When you come off a set of nights, that first day off is not really a full day off anyway, because you need to sleep half the day. And I always find my brain is a little bit fried, and I can't string a sentence together too well I generally don't have the energy for much, even though I could potentially easily stay up now all night, but it'd be stay up lazing around, you know, not stay up running. I won't be running no marathons or coming out with anything of any intellectual value, but then that's normal, isn't it? Okay, Jon Snow says, old bean as in gentleman, of course. Scott, less of the moist, mushy beans. Okay. Yara says, good morning, Claire. Venetian Bergamot is a great choice. Love it. Hilary says, Yara! Brian says, beans are spilled within the first minutes. Might get a wild ride tonight. It's like, shots fired has been replaced with beans are spilled. Empty Sense says, hi from across the pond. Hi, Empty Sense. Rich Mitch used to do continental shifts. What does that mean, Rich? And let's move on to another frag then. So here's one I don't think I've ever mentioned. I think I've put it in a list video once. It's Kenzo World Power. Kenzo World Power. I sprayed it up here. So this has only got 3 notes in it. It's got, I think it's cypress. I want to say sea salt. I don't think it's sea salt. Oh, I've got the notes, I think, on here. It's definitely got tonka in it. Oh, it is sea salt, cypress and tonka. But to me, I feel like there's more than that going on in here. It smells like there is some other sweet notes, and it's probably the only one that might really come across as a little bit aquatic here because of that sea salt. It does smell like very much a typical aquatic note in a designer fragrance. You would find it more in your masculine style fragrances like your Invictus. So I don't know if they combine, if they make some kind of accord with ambroxan and some other things to give it that salty sea breeze effect, but it's quite a strong sea breeze thing going on, but it's combined with sweet, it's not quite fruity, but it's almost like honeyed fruit, almost peachy, not quite, sweet, juicy. It's actually really nice. I need to wear this one more often. It really does scream summer because of that aquatic note. But do you like my bruise, by the way? There. Got that moving furniture. My new display where I've got, you know, I've got my TV. I don't know if you saw my video, and I've got all the fragrances in it now, but I went and got that from a Facebook friend, or not just a Facebook friend, but a previous work colleague, and she's really kind and just giving it away. It's a bespoke piece of furniture that's actually made from solid wood. So it was very nice that she helped me get it in the car over at her house, which is over an hour away from where I live. But I decided to tackle it and get it out of the car, up all the steps, because at the front of my house I've got quite a few steps. I actually tackled it out of the car, up the steps and into the house, all on my own, but I resulted in a bruise there and a massive bruise, or it's not massive bruise, but it was a lot of profanity when I hit my ankle with it. You know, the ankle bone is quite delicate, isn't it? So I did well. I'm an independent woman. I can get massive bits of furniture out of my car, up the steps and into my house, but there is swearing and there is pain. So that's Kenzo World Power. It has nothing to do with the coffee table story I just told you, or the TV stand story, but I think it's a really nice, interesting summer aquatic sweet scent. It's really interesting. Let me go back and look at your comments. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. We have, I can see a few new people are here. So we've got, I think I said hello to Think Pink already. Did I, or am I imagining it? Was that another live? Oh, we've got Chris. So Chris is Hilary's colleague, her business partner, should I say. Hi, Chris. And John says seesaw, question mark. I'm not sure, that might have been me. Maybe I said something. Neil says, is Venetian Bergamot discontinued? I really need that one. Not that I've heard of. I don't think so. If anyone knows about that, do shout. Right, so Rich Mitch's continental shifts. 3 teams, 1 day shift, 1 night shift, 1 day off, 24/7. Well, that sounds a bit harsh. Chris Horlek says, hey everyone. Hi, Chris. Empty Sense, hey all, don't want to be rude. Brian says, moving furniture, so that's how the kids call it these days. No, moving furniture is exactly what it was. That was it. Moving furniture. Raj is here, sentient man. Hello, Raj. Suggesting that Brian needs, if he identifies as a chaise lounge, then he needs something laid back. Absolutely. Rich Mitch, unforgiving ankle blow. Yes, very unforgiving. I really need, do you know what? I actually wanted a decent bruise to look at, because when you feel pain, I don't know about you lot, but you kind of want a war wound to show for it. And I haven't really got a bruise as such. It's just tender to touch. Hilary says, that sounds like my life, Claire. So much cursing. Yeah. Empty Sense, almost as bad as hitting the funny bone. Yeah, I'd say that's all. Yeah, that's pretty close to the funny bone, the old ankle. Vividly Nen says hello. Hello, Vividly Nen. JC Russell, hi there. Hi, JC Russell. Chris says, I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, not bad, thank you. I had a lovely walk. Did an unboxing of a new perfume, which I'll maybe talk about at the end, which is the new SP Parfums Sandal and Peony. So it's a sandalwood fragrance. So really quite amazing, I think. Tony says, some of the cakes look well moist. Here we go. Hilary says, ooh, cake. Hilary likes her cakes moist. I've heard that. John says, are you putting some fig rolls in the cakes, Tony? Heather says, cake. J Smooth, did someone say cake? I've got a load of rainbow hearts from someone whose name I'm really sorry I can't pronounce. We will call you, I'm just going to call you Rainbow Hearts from now. Joss is here, says hey everyone. Hi Joss. And Yara says, so many spanners in the chat. I love it. I love handing out spanners. Rich says, it's a funny way to graft. You can do it more spread out. Depends on nature of the work, size of the business and the workers. Okay, so this is the continental shift. Chris says, so many spanners makes me want to say something bad and make them work. Oh, make them want. Moving swiftly on, as Dan would say, says Chris. Jackie is here, JLW. Hi, Jackie. Oh, can you hear my cat? Where are you? Oh, she's out there. Oh, sweetie. Come on then, you little fucker. Hello. Yeah. Hello, sweetie. What's that? Someone in the garden. Do you know what? I had this idea when imagine a situation when you're actually filming a live stream and a crime happens, like you get kidnapped or something, and it's all on the live stream. I don't really think there's anyone in the garden. I think it's my neighbours, by the way. But we'll just lock the door anyway, just in case. Come on, get your tail in there, miss. That's it. We're getting that door locked because I'm scaring myself. Right then. Tina's here. And right. Jackie says you're scaring me. Oh, Epinephrine FM, Epinephrine. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Speaking of which, I literally witnessed a drug sting involving 15 police and SWAT gear. Wow, that's exciting. Right, let's go move on to another frag. Now let's have another sip. This is my first drink of the night, by the way. So when I'm struggling over my words, it really is because I'm tired, I promise. Right, let's move on. I'm going to show you, I won't remember the notes, so I might bring up the notes on this one. I've got some on my hand, and I've not actually looked at this fragrance for a little while. So it's called Stories by Eliza Grace, #1. And it's an independent brand, and I sprayed it here earlier. It's actually really nice. It has this really natural smell to it. So I'm going to give you the notes first, and then I'll tell you how it really smells to me. So we've got citrus notes of bergamot, grapefruit and orange blossom, cedarwood, jasmine, heliotrope, fig tea accord, amber, sandalwood, vetiver. So you can tell by the notes that you've got some that are slightly masculine, some that are slightly feminine, and some that are very neutral. I always find citruses to be 100% neutral because they're in everything. And this is a really good blend of sweet and woodsy, a little bit of floral. The fig tea accord, I don't generally get on with fig. I find it, I don't really like fig and I don't really like peach, and I find fig is a little bit peachy, peach is a little bit figsy. So but the fig in here just gives it more of a, sometimes fig can smell coconut like, and I think the fig in here smells like coconut. When I first sprayed this, before reminding myself of the notes, that snorting is my cat eating, by the way, she eats like a little piggy. When I first sprayed this, and I hadn't sprayed it for a while, I felt like I was smelling the husk of a coconut shell. So not the flesh and the really sweet coconut, but the woodsy, dry, slightly coconutty scent. And I think that's the fig that's doing that. It's not full on floral, so you've got jasmine, heliotrope. I think they just give it a little sweet floral touch. It's a very natural smelling fragrance. If that was a Jo Malone, I wouldn't be surprised. It's got that outdoorsy natural feel. It's really nice. It's got a little bit of freshness because it's got the citruses, and it's got that sweetness. You've got the heliotrope, which can lend a slightly almondy touch. It's a really nice one. I don't know why I just haven't worn it for a while. So it's Stories by Eliza Grace, #1. And I will disclose that was sent to me by the brand a good couple of years ago. So there's no obligation for me to ever, we've reviewed it, or I think it was Dan and I reviewed these in a frag chat. And so I have no obligation to mention it again, but I do think it's a really nice, summery, slightly fresh, slightly sweet, slightly woodsy scent that anyone can wear. Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I think I saw a comment from Robert. Let me go and find it. Can't see it. Right, Scott, is that a torch outside? No, it's not. Lovely Moon. Hello, Lovely Moon. She says, beautiful glass. Talking of which, let's have another swig. Thank you very much. Wow. And Robert, here we go. 20 minutes gone. I'm well late. Evening, everybody. How's it all hanging? Hi, Robert. Nice to see you. We don't mind if you're late. We appreciate you turning up, but you will have to do 100 lines later. And when I say that, I mean on the chalkboard, not anything else that you might misconstrue that as. Jackie says, nice mix of notes. Barry's Wearing Bondage by Milton Lloyd. I've smelt that. In fact, I think I had a bottle of that. Yeah, Dan got like 2 bottles, super cheap ones, going back years ago. And it's actually not a bad copy of Le Mail. It's pretty good. Jackie says coconut husk sounds nice. Yeah, it's really nice. It's not like as I say, it's not got a listed coconut note, but it just feels a bit like coconut without it being like full-on sweet, typical coconut that you get in summery fragrances. Robert says, hi everybody, I'm not as fast on the phone as everyone else. Brian says, love heliotrope and coconut, so this sounds great. Yes, it's really nice in a very natural, outdoorsy way. So it's not like super sweet at all. Robert says, why have you got no number 2? Why have you got number 2? Because that's upstairs and that's not my favourite. This is my favourite one. Number 2's got, I think it's got a bit of galbanum in it. It stops it from being quite my favourite. So number 1 is my favourite. Jackie says, did you already talk about sandal and peony dry down? Dying to know. I haven't yet. I did put a little update underneath the video on, so basically what happened was after the initial impressions of it being kind of a little bit floral, powdery, sweet, creamy, a touch vanillic, with that unusual chartreuse liqueur. We're talking about this now, by the way. It's kind of went like a makeup, lipstick and powder, so like a little bit fruity, powdery, sweet, slightly vanillic. Felt like a complex version of Frederic Malle lipstick Rose, and I feel like there's rose in here, although it's not listed. Does peony smell like rose? Because I'm not really familiar with peony. But at another point I was wearing it off my shirt, because I sprayed it on my shirt after I did my video, and from my shirt it smelled a little bit like Traverse du Bosphore, which is the one that smells like Turkish Delight, so like irisy, rosy, edible. And then after about 2 hours in on my skin, the sandalwood actually came out, and you can smell a very noticeable but very smooth, rounded, creamy sandalwood, like you get in, a little bit like the sandalwood you get in Samsara or Egoiste from Chanel, or the one that it most reminds me of is Lalique Le Parfum, because it feels like it's sandalwood with vanilla, and it's creamy and musky and vanillic and sandalwood, and it seems to last really well. But since then I have ended up spraying different things all over me. I think, yeah, it's still, I haven't sprayed anything here, it's still here. Powdery, sweet, powdery, musky, vanillic. The sandalwood's calmed down now. It's not so clear that it's sandalwood like it was for a good few hours. The sandalwood was absolutely stunning in a really rounded, smooth way. It was really good. I'm very impressed, actually. Really impressed with that. John says Lizzie is the peony lady. Yes, I will check with her. Barry says, don't forget to like peeps helps the happy endings. It certainly does. Thank you, Barry. Yeah, give us a like. Give us a like, people, if you can be bothered. What have we got? 42 people watching and 14 likes. Come on. I've given up my evening for you lot. The least you can do is put a little like on my video. God damn you. Oh, got 16 now. 18. Woo! It's creeping up. It's creeping up. 20. Bloody hell, you lot move fast. Right, come on, let's get on with this. Jackie, oh gosh, I missed that note. I rushed to see the cost on the SP site. Sounds like one I'd like. I think, yeah, it's going to be liked by anyone who likes things that are in the lipstick, makeup, powdery genre, but it's a little bit unusual in the beginning with that sort of herbal liqueur note, but it's not really herbal, it's not really green, it's just like sweet, slightly condensed, slightly like a sweet and sour thing. And you know how sweet and sour works so well, like in this Kenzo Power with the salt and the sweety notes, like salt and sweet popcorn, which is pretty much, you could give me a bag that big and I will eat the lot, because salt and sweet just works. And it does in that. So the bloody cat's back again. So she goes out the cat flap and then demands to come back in here. But she could make me let the murderer in. Come on then. Why are you being a pain? Hey? You're going to get us in trouble, aren't you? You want me to leave the door open so you can come and go? All right then. It's quite nice to have a little breeze, as long as all the moths don't come in. Oh, sweetie hairs, sweetie hairs. Right, let me catch up with your comments and then we'll do another perfume. Barry's asking where's Ken's love child, by the way. Yeah, where is Lizzie? Heather's saying where's Dave? Yeah, we've got a few people missing in action, haven't we? Heather's thinking about pink patchouli and powder and dust. They're really good. There's something about Sven's patchouli, because I don't even like patchouli, but Sven uses this aged patchouli and it's in musk and it's in pink patchouli and it's in something else as well, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's really dusty. It's hard to explain. It's not like thick cloying, I don't know, like the patchouli in the Amen series, cannot bear it, absolutely cannot bear it. This is a million miles away. It's dry, dusty, powdery. It's really good. Ben Cancio, have you tried Memo Paris Russian liver? Is it good for summer? I haven't. If Hillary's still here, she's quite familiar with that line, so maybe she can help you. Or anyone else. Chris might know, because he would have smelt it on Hillary. Chris says, Hillary's shopping spree is rubbed off for me and I'm thinking of adding some new bottles. Anyone have opinions on Mortal Skin or something Atelier des Ors? Well, my favourite Atelier des Ors is Lune Feline. You obviously need to love your vanilla. It's vanillic, it's woodsy, it's spicy. I think there's some saffron and it's a bit incensey. I think it's amazing. Quite a few people think it's amazing. I did see a negative review. Was it Brandon? I can't remember who it was now. Not a negative review actually, a very fair review of someone that didn't particularly like the sweetness of it. Oh, we're up to 27 likes. Thanks everyone, but there's 44 of you watching. Ah, Carlos. Hi, Carlos. Thanks for popping in. Hello, darling Claire. Oh, Brooke. Come on, all together now. Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover. I know you're all singing along at home. Hillary says to Ben, I think Russian leather's fine for summer. It gets a bit powdery in the dry down and subtle. Jackie's thinking of Suntan Glam and SP Musk. My favourites are still SP Musk and Powder and Dust, and then I'd say this is in danger of being joint second place with the Musk, but it just needs a bit more wearing. It is really, really good though, really good. Barry's saying Carlos in the house. Oh, is Jimbo here? I didn't see his comment. I might have missed it. If Jim's here, I'm saying hi. Hopefully I'll find your comment in a minute. Cherie's saying pink patchouli is gorgeous, very airy. Yeah, it's just so nice. I wouldn't expect to like a patchouli based scent because patchouli is not my favourite, but it's something about that patchouli. Barry said he got white musk for men from the Body Shop yesterday and it's lovely. Robert's saying, did anyone treat themselves today with a sale on Harrods? I wasn't aware of it. I certainly didn't. I'm going to try and rein it in now, I think. Questioning says, SP Pink Patchouli is absolutely awesome. I only have a sample, but I think it's fantastic. Yeah. Cherie says, yeah, it's the only SP I own. Brian's saying that the Atelier Pomelo Riviera is an amazing summer freshie. Yes, that's a really nice freshie. I think from my point of view, I probably prefer Atelier Cologne's Pomelo Paradis, which you can obviously get quite a lot cheaper. But it's a little bit more complex than that though, to be fair. But yeah, Lune Feline, I'm really curious. They've got a couple of new ones out now. There's one called, I think it's Polychrome or something like that, which is in the white, like the white lidded thing range. And there's I think Carlos has got the new one with the black lid, which I've forgotten. I feel like there's Rouge in the name or something like that, but that also looked really nice. So very curious about those. Frank Torres says, hi Claire from Texas, any recommendations for summer men's fragrance? Loads really, depends what you like. I know this might be controversial. I think Aqua Amara from Bulgari is amazing just because the performance is out there, crazy, astounding for a fresh fragrance. Mandarin with just a hint of the aquatic notes, but a bit floral as well. Otherwise, a lot of people do love Chanel's, what's that blank one? The lemon one. Everyone says it smells like, is it Allure Edition Blanche? That's it. Everyone says it smells like lemon meringue pie, and I just had this inner dialogue today about that whole situation of everyone describes it smelling like lemon meringue pie, but what they're describing is the first half an hour of the fragrance is actually really, really woody, vetiver, woodsiness in the dry down. And it is really nice, but don't expect the lemon meringue pie aspect to hang around too long. I like, for a reasonable price one, Jean Varvatos Artisan Pure. The opening notes of that is crazy good. It does get a bit more generic once that first half an hour or so is gone, but the opening is something else. The citruses are beautiful, very natural. I don't know, it's just got a little bit of magic about it. I don't know why I'm going red. It might be my alcohol allergy. Jackie says, too funny. My husband walks around the house singing Brooklyn Fragrance Lover because of my YouTube habit. Tony says, my pocket has now liked. Thank you, Tony. That's great. We're up to 31 likes. So there's only 10 people watching that haven't liked now. Heather says the pocket rocket keeps him off the moist cakes. Oh, Sal's here. Hi, Sal. Sal, I know your name. Sorry, I got your name wrong the other day, but we're okay now, aren't we? We're cool. Yeah, Edition Blanche, Barry's. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. Barry loves the Aqua Allegoria line by Guerlain. Yeah, The Aqua Allegorias are brilliantly unisex, most of them. They're generally quite citrusy, maybe a touch of florals in some of them, and usually bits of woods and mint and stuff like that, so they're really good. Dara Desi says hi Dara. Robert says, don't start about cakes, Heather, as I now want a meringue pie. Do you know what? I don't think lemon has any place in a dessert. If that's controversial, I don't care. I'm putting it out there. Lemon can bugger off from desserts. Oh, Scott, thank you so much. Thank you, Scott. So, any what do you call, I was going to say Snapchat, super chat, any super chat goes into the same pot as AdSense, so that goes to Happy Endings Rescue, Animal Rescue. So thank you so much, Scott, that's really appreciated. Barry says, Coco says hi Coco, walkies. Does she speak, does she understand English yet, Barry? Jackie says, gasp, lemon tarts are so yummy, and lemon bundt cakes. No, lemon can bugger off. I don't mind it in a drink. It's too refreshing. Desserts should be thick and rich and sweet. What the hell's lemon doing in a dessert? Sorry. No. And lemon drizzle cake. Yeah, I mean, what you need to do is replace the lemon maybe with treacle, and then you've got something amazing. Or caramel, or even just some condensed milk. Yum. Brian says, I always pay extra for happy endings. YouTube needs to add PayPal options, so everybody loves a happy ending. Joss, do you like key lime pie? No, I'm sorry, but lime belongs in the same category as lemon when it comes to dessert. It's just not, if I want to be good and have one of my 5 a day, then I'll eat a fruit. But if I want to eat dessert and be naughty, I don't want my fruit, unless it's like a cherry or strawberries. No. Lemon sorbet, no. Yeah, sorry, lemon meringue pie, no. Strawberry meringue pie, I could cope with that. Jackie, lol, Claire, your strict views on lemon dessert. So no, I'm very strict on it. It's the only thing I'm strict on in my life. Lemon has no place in a dessert. Heather, I like key lime fluff. I don't know what that is. Brian says, does wearing fruity fragrances count as one of the 5? Absolutely. Oh, yes. Robert says, let's get on the cheesecake. Yeah, cheesecake's good, but again, nothing fruity, thanks. I want vanilla. I like a nice, just a good quality vanilla cheesecake, like a baked New York vanilla cheesecake, or like a salted caramel one. Yeah, that's good. Heather says she's going to send me a pic of the lime fluff. Is it the lime fluff? Right, shall we talk about another fragrance, because it's kind of let's talk about one I've got on this. Which hand? Yeah, this is the one. Was it Heather? Was it you that's wearing fluffy lemon tops? Here we go. You can't see the label. This is fluffy lemon top. This is a 15ml bottle off of 4160 Tuesdays. It's called Fluffy Lemon Top. I've got it on this hand here. And there's actually officially no lemon in here. However, it does smell lemony. I think the lemony comes from Bergamot. It's lemony, iris. It smells like there's a slightly vanillic iris, a little touch of something earthy that's not too sweet. So you've got vanilla, the lemoniness gives it a tartness, and then you've also got this layer of something that's slightly mineral, slightly earthy, and it's really nice. Yeah, Fluffy Lemon Top. I've done a review of that a little while ago. It's one of my Walk in the Woods reviews, so if you're interested, go and have a look. I don't know if it's available at the moment on 4160 Tuesday's website, because I think initially it was only like a limited thing, but I'm sure Sarah McCartney said she's going to be, because everyone wanted it, everyone that had tried it wanted it, so I think, don't quote me on this, I think it will be available at some point if it's not at the moment. Fluffy Lemon Top. It's quite a complex and nicer, more interesting than you might think from the name. A little bit more grown up than you might think from the name. Jackie says, here we go again. Let's get all the food talk out the way before the naughty topics. And Brian Clegg gunning for the citrus lobby, dislikes incoming. Go on then, stick your thumbs downs on there. I don't mind. Amy's here. Speaking of controversial opinions, I think chocolate and fruit should not be mixed. I would agree with you, except one, we call it a caveat? It's not a word I really use, but I think I'm hoping that I'm placing it correctly in the sentence. One caveat is I think that you can cover strawberries in chocolate and that works. Let me know whether you agree with me, Amy, or are we going to have to fall out over this? Yes, Heather is wearing Fluffy Lemon Top. And Tony says lemon sauce shower gel counts as one of your 5 a day, apparently. It does. And do you know what? If you actually drink it, it's really detoxifying and it cleans out all your insides. And you get fluff and foam when you when you empty your various... No, I'm not saying that. Hillary, you're so naughty. Thank you. We're going to have to meet up now, Hillary, so that I can make sure you do get a happy ending. Thank you, Hillary. Mwah. That's really kind of you. All right. Yeah, I think my allergy of alcohol is kicking in, because I'm like laboured breathing a little bit. Not that that will stop me, of course. John says, Amy, I agree, unless it's black cherry. Yeah, black cherry works. Like black cherry gatto, or is it called black forest gatto, isn't it? That was like, I don't know about you, John, but it would have to be someone's birthday or something really special if a black forest gatto came out for afters. That was like, oh, it's Dad's birthday or something. That was special treat time. Barry's telling Tony to get back to work. Robert says there seems to be a lot of people walking in the woods nowadays. Yeah, there's a lot more people out and about exercising, I think. Barry says yes, but we should keep at least one chat clean. And Jackie says strawberries and black cherries with chocolate, classic. Yeah. And Amy says no exceptions to the rule. Sorry. So Amy is a strictly no chocolate and fruit mix girl. That's fair enough. Do you know what? I admire your resolve on that. It's very similar to my lemon resolve. Everyone's giving love to Hills. And Mr. D. Griffin, honestly, is Venetian Bergamot too feminine for a man? Sorry if you've already covered this. Well, it depends on how open your mind is. There is some, let's go a spray up here. There is some gardenia in here. Gardenia is a very fleshy, sweet, almost fruity white floral. And it is a bit sweet, but it's balanced by some woods that don't come out immediately, but they are there. So if anything, this does probably lead just a touch on the feminine side. If you're not used to wearing anything unisex, you may well feel uncomfortable wearing that one. But if you're open to, if you're someone who is happy wearing something like Tom Ford Black Orchid, you'll have no problem whatsoever with that one. What have I missed here? Chris. Chris, thank you so much. It's so sweet. So the happy endings are being funded by the 2 groomers, the animal lovers. That's so sweet. Thank you very much, Chris. Oh, I'm missing out on some comments. Hillary's saying, don't believe pasta and meat belong together. I just can't. Do you know what, Hillary? Pasta can just bugger off altogether, in my opinion. No. Barry says, gotta love Black Forest Gatto. Yeah. You got to say it like that as well. Black Forest Gatto. It's probably a bit Essex. Black Forest Gatto. Hillary says, Chris, you had to one-up me, didn't you? Effin Freen says, okay, I'm unliking for the pasta comment. Go on then, I'm watching. I'm waiting for the thumbs down. Come on. Oh, hi, it's Eva, isn't it? Yeah, Eva. Hi, Eva. Pasta la vista Smurfy, says the duck. Right, come on, let's smell some more shit. I'm gonna smell. Honestly, I only had 1 drink. I think I'm allergic to the alcohol, and it's making me feel a bit weird. I'm actually wearing this now. I've just chucked this on top of of the SP Parfums I already had on. It's kind of obvious. I don't normally like bringing out the obvious ones, but I don't do it a lot. So Virgin Island Water is the main notes. In the opening, you've got lime, although there's quite a few other citruses, but lime's the one that you really notice. It's got coconut in it. It's a little bit sweet. It's got like this sugar cane note, so it's kind of like a liquefied sugar or a sugar syrup that you would have in a mojito, for example. So you've got, imagine a mojito really. This is kind of like a mojito but with coconut. It's got some florals. There's a hibiscus note. I still don't know what hibiscus is. And I think there's another floral like jasmine. But really, I don't pick out much floral. It's more of the sugar, the coconut, the lime. It's kind of linear. I don't really get a lot of development from it. So I don't reach for it loads, but it actually, I find it lasts quite well. And I used to think it was shit, but actually it does last quite well, and it is quite nice, and it's unisex, 100%. Loads of blokes wear it, so you shouldn't be too shy to wear that one, even if you are a little nervous of the unisex frags. I'm having trouble breathing. Let's have some more vodka, that'll sort it out. That sugar cane, that tasted good. That da da da, da 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 da. Come on, come on. I think that's REM, isn't it? Drowning it now, drowning it. Right then. Quickly check your comments. Everyone says hi to Eva. Amy, what does Claire eat besides pastries? That's a really good question. I eat meat, I eat bacon and toast, and what else? Pizza. Indian, I love Indian. If I'm cooking for myself, which I do sometimes. It's generally meat and salad or meat and veg. I try not to have the potatoes. Sometimes I'll buy like a bag of vegetables and they're supposed to be microwaved, but I don't like microwave vegetables, so I roast them. And I love roast meat and roast dinners and stuff. Roast dinners are great. I need to change my diet. It's getting a little bit out of hand with the carbs. Right. Eva recently blind bought Soleil Blanc. Thanks to your description, Claire. Oh, thank you. I think you did a post on Instagram saying that you really liked it. I'm pleased you like it. I think it's a gorgeous fragrance. Really nice. You said you don't think the longevity is that great. I haven't really given it a proper full wearing for a while to kind of remember now, but I remember thinking it was quite good. I remember wearing it on a Christmas do, so most people would think, oh, it's going to be a summery fragrance, but to me I think it's quite fun, sexy, going out fragrance for any time of the year. Soleil Blanc, yeah, that would totally, could be in this list, but I think some people might find it too feminine to consider it in the middle enough. Jackie says Virgin Island water is a good subdued coconut, like that one. And Jackie says, Eva, I love Soleil Blanc, great addition. Shaverfon, oh, here we go. I love Shaverfon's comments about Sebastian's new video. Claire, have you seen Sebastian's new video asking if Alberto Marias is contracted to work on a COVID-19 vaccine? Will it be a niche or designer vaccine? That's a real fun theme for a video. I think it would 100% be a designer vaccine. I think it, or it depends who's heading up the company, though. Yeah, I don't know. That could be quite an interesting video. Yeah, sorry for my breathing. It's a bit loud. It's just I'm ever so slightly allergic to alcohol. Joss, I'm so behind watching videos. I know I have Claire, Hills, Eva, Barry and more in my queue. Yeah, it's always, you know, it's nice. So sometimes you find yourself with a bit of time to kill and you can catch up on a load of videos. It's quite nice. So it's something I like to do when I'm working. I'm joking. Chris says he likes Soleil Blanc, so nice. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Amy says hibiscus is a large tropical flower, has a red fruit smell, sort of. Okay. I need to really understand some more. I need to learn more about florals in general. Chris has just noticed he's got a spanner. Look out, everyone. And Jackie says, congrats, Chris. I've yet to use mine. Quick, someone act up. Brian says he's on a kiwi diet, eats everything besides kiwi. Hilary says, Chris, don't let the power go to your head. Chris says, everyone is so nice on Claire's streams. Yeah, they are, aren't they? We've got a nice bunch. And Eva said, I think we're talking about Soleil Blanc. Not on me, but I'm weird with longevity. Lost Cherry lasts forever and some classic beasts don't. Okay, yeah. I don't remember ever thinking it had any issues with performance on me. So yeah, it must just be an individual thing because Lost Cherry was shit on me. The clones are better on me than the actual real thing. Shaverfon, if you're allergic to alcohol, how do you wear so much perfume since the 80% alcohol bubbling? Well, I think it's just consuming it. I think it's just that when I drink it, I start to have trouble breathing. Not in any dramatic way, but I'm like slightly blocked nasally. but it doesn't happen when I put it on my skin. Although I am a bit allergic to it on my skin as well. When I keep putting it in the same places for a while, I can get quite rashy around here, and if I do the corners of my elbows, that there gets a bit rashy as well. So I guess I am allergic to it. Jackie says Lost Cherry lasts 4 to 5 hours on me, then it's a skin scent. Heather smells eucalyptus oil from the vaporizer. Which one's that? Sorry, I'm losing the plot here. Scott says we're behaving tonight. So who's going to be the first one to... Oh, here we go. Fairy. Who's talking about fairy balls? Come on. Fairy fuzzy balls. Jim says, gee, can't you give a guy some notice? Hi, Jimbo. You've just turned up for the fairy fuzzy balls. I don't know about this Greek thing. I don't think I've seen Get Him to the Greek. I think I wanted to see it and then I didn't. Oh, light cheese. They're like eyeballs, aren't they? Better than flicking the bean, I suppose. Oh, Jim, now you've started it. Shaver Fun says Armani's USA site here had 40% discount last month. Picked up Strong With You, Armani code Absolute, and Acqua di Gio Profumo. Love Strong With You, now need intensely. Not sold in the USA. Ah. And yeah, I don't even know if I have any Armani fragrances. I quite like the girly ones, the Code Satin and Code Cashmere. I can't remember the one. I think one or both are now discontinued, but they are quite nice. So now you've reminded me of my alcohol allergy. I'm now itching myself. Right, I'm gonna have a quick drink and then we're going to talk about another fragrance, because what I'm going to do again is I will re-record this in a condensed version without all the chat, so if you can be asked to watch it again, or it's just useful if people want to watch this back. It's a bit long, isn't it? So it will be all recorded in a condensed version in the next couple of days. So let's go for one of my favourite summer freshies of all time, 1861 Renaissance by Xerjoff. I fucking love this one. Oh, out popped an F. Woo! Out popped an F. This is minty. It's got this lovely natural mint smell to it. And then citruses. It's really mellow though. So it's zesty and vibrant, but then there's this mellow tone to it at the same time. And it really lasts very well. So I think that's why I think it's amazing for summer. Obviously Xerjoff's not cheap, but I would get a normal working, the average man's working day, 8-9 hours. I would definitely get that out of that. Bless me. Might not survive so well if I'm baking out in the sun, but if you're just going about your daily business, it really does last really well. It's fresh and natural smelling. Just smells like a fruit salad with all these different fruits, not just citrus fruits, lots of different fruits and a couple of sprigs of mint, and then in the dry down you just have a slightly woodsy muskiness. It's really good. Really, I think there might be a little bit of I'm not sure if there's some sort of white floral element in here, a touch, just a tiny touch, but yeah, I think it's really good. And I've had that a long time now, and still gets thoroughly enjoyed in the summer. John Snow says, light cheese, the same texture and sliminess as a part of our bodies, like a friend ruined them for me. Oh, so we're not talking eyeballs then. Chris says 1861 Renaissance is amazing. It really is. It really is. It's not one of those ones that's hyped up and don't believe the hype. It really is that good. Heather says Barry loves juicy pear. Mr. D. Griffin says, yay, I have 1861. It's such a good fragrance. It's so good. Barry says, got love with juicy pear. Scott says, it's gone 12 and the floodgates open. Is it gone 12? Crikey. Christ almighty. Right then. Let's go for another one. Talking of juicy pears. Marc Jacobs Pear. This is actually discontinued, but you can find it on a couple of discounters, quite cheap. I can't remember what I paid, something around the 23, 24 pounds mark. Big old 100ml, solid mofo of a bottle. You could properly kill someone if you threw that at them. It's like a doorstop. And this is absolutely citrusy, really, really fresh, like a citrus cologne. Have I got any skin left? Have I got any skin left? Not really. I'm covered. I'm absolutely covered. I can do some here. I've found a bit of skin. I'm going in. Is the only thing with this is it's awkward to hold and spray because it's so heavy and it's square. You can't really get a good grip. But it's not really going to put you off, is it? Certainly doesn't put me off. So Marc Jacobs Pear, sometimes known as Pear Splash, but it's not a splash bottle, it is a spray. And there is a fresh and kind of like a watery pear in here with lots of other citrus notes. Very, very vibrant, like a citrus cologne, but with that added pear. What happens on my skin is it actually stays quite fresh for a fair while, quite natural smelling, and then it turns a little bit bitter, which I think would make it lean a little more on the masculine side, because I think it's, I'm not sure if it's vetiver, but it goes a little bitter, a little bit green, and it still stays sort of fresh. There's nothing in here that ever goes sweet, so there's no real added sweetness. The only sweetness comes from the citruses really, and so I think it leans a bit more on the masculine side. Opening is completely neutral, and then it might just feel a touch masculine only because of a lack of any sweetness and the sort of woodsy vetiver bitterness in the dry down. It's fairly long lasting for quite a fresh fragrance. I think that's a really good affordable fresh summer fragrance that anyone can wear. Let's pop that on the floor because I'm running out of space because Sweetie's nicked the place where I was putting all my perfumes. Shaver Fun says, Claire, have you lost weight? And no, unfortunately not. I think I'm gaining. Well, I was gaining. I'm changing my habits. But yeah, I think I've gained a few pounds actually. Oh, Joss is off. Bye, Joss. Thanks for popping in. Jim says, you people stay up late on a school night. Oh, it's not a school night for me. No work tomorrow. Who's got work tomorrow morning? You should be in bed. Trying to be sensible here. Mr. Griffin, 1861, so natural and robust. You have good taste. Thank you very much. So do you. Joss says, night y'all. Claire, your description on that was hilarious. What was that on? The pear one? Oh, I don't know. Barry says, talking of pear, did you see Le Mail Le Parfum is a new release coming soon? Yes. Has it got pear in it then? I didn't look up the notes. That's exciting. I wonder if is there a female equivalent? That could be good. I'm using two hands to hold this because I'm weak. Hilary says, so when I need to kill someone properly, I need to find a bottle. Yeah. Honestly, we'll really do the job. If you like launched it at someone, they're dead. As long as your aim's good. And the beauty of it as well is let's say you get them in the head and the bottle smashes open, and then the alcohol will blind them just in case they're still alive, and it'll clean off all the DNA as well. So it's like the perfect crime. Jim's excited for the new Le Male Le Parfum. Scott says you've got to have a good grip of your pear. You absolutely do. You need to really grip the pear well. Rich is sharing more videos. Chris says, laugh my ass off here. Remind me not to upset you within reach of your fragrance or other heavy objects. Oh, is Lizzie here? I can see Lizzie's name. Where are you, Lizzie? Lizzie says, oh hi, click to see Claire's latest video and it's alive. Hi Lizzie, it's live, yay. Someone did say, where is the love child of, I was going to say Ray Winston. It's not Ray Winston. Look, Ken Livingstone. The love child of Ken Livingstone is in the building. Barry's working tomorrow night, so you can stay up late then, that's fine. You've got a pass. Lizzie's working tomorrow. Why am I still watching fragrance videos? This is a question I'm asking myself every night. Hilary says, it's because you're dedicated, Lizzie. Mr. Griffin's wearing Oud Mineral. And oh, what the fuck's that? There is something in here. It's just a moth. Don't panic. Don't panic, but a moth got in. I don't like them though. I know it can't hurt me, but they're all powdery. I like powdery fragrances. I don't like powdery moth wings. The moths are not welcome in this house. They always die. They flap around and then they die and then they fall apart and then you have to hoover them up. It's just horrible. Jackie says, I thought maybe you were about to do some baking. Took me a moment to see the flower had meaning. Oh, I'm missing something there, I think. Oh, the talcum powder. Yeah. Lizzie's coke habit. I think I'm caught up. Right, let's do another fragrance. Let's go for Chanel. Chanel Bay Ritz. Oh, the moth's flying around and it's aiming itself. Can you hear it hitting the walls? Oh, don't do that, moth. Just go away. I don't like it. I'm not scared. Just don't want it coming near me and flying at me. Chanel Bay Ritz. Chanel Bay Ritz. This one, I always thought there was vanilla in here. It's a citrusy fragrance. It's got all the citruses, like grapefruit, lemon, lime, bergamot, every single citrus. I think it's got a tangerine as well, or one of the other orangey notes, as well as normal orange. I always felt like it's a bit sweet, not just from the citruses, from what felt to me like vanilla, but there is no vanilla listed. It's got some base. Oh, the moth's hitting the wall again. It's got some base notes. I can't remember what they are now. It's not heavy, but it has a little bit of depth. So it's not just a pure cologne style fragrance. It feels like, to me, a cologne with a slightly sweet, slightly sugary, slightly vanillic base. And I like it. These aren't mega long lasting. They are cologne style. They are EDT, but they're cologne style fragrances. And I would say I get 4 or 5 hours still from Bay Ritz. And it's really nice. It's just happy. It's clean. It's outdoorsy. It's natural. Sorry. Oh, why am I acting all scared? I'm not scared. I really am not scared, but it's quite a big moth. Sorry, I'm going. Oh, I'm out of here. Talk amongst yourselves. I don't like it. I just want it to go. Go away. Where's it gone, sweetie? Right, it flew away. Oh, there it is. I don't like it, and this is really embarrassing. I don't know where it's gone. Why am I scared of it? It can't hurt me. I'm not scared of it. I'm honestly not scared of it. But I just don't like it flying at me. There it is. It's over there. It's there again. Like, why can't it just stay still? If it stayed still, I'd be all right. It's really big. Well, it's not really big. It's just lumpy, you know, like it's a bit weighty. This is so embarrassing. I don't know if I'll keep this one up. It's probably excited by this ring light. That's probably why it's going mental. Here it is. Oh. See, it keeps flying into the wall really hard, like hitting the wall. And breathe. I just want it to stay still and then I'll be okay. But it's coming here. Stop flying in the wall, you mental fucking thing. I just want it to go. Sweetie, go and kill them off, please. She's not doing nothing. She's just sat there. Right, okay. It's not done anything for a little while, so let's pick up this. Let's pick up this comment situation. Everyone's asking, is Sweetie not after it? Oh, well, she would normally, but I don't think she's in the mood for it at the moment. Yeah, this has been slightly embarrassing. Raj has had to go. He said, see you, Raj. Right, Lizzie says, own it, Claire. The moth is attracted to your lovely light. I'm not scared. Yeah, I know it sounds like I am scared, doesn't it? I look like I'm scared. Oh, Lizzie says a cat also brought me a crow living in Hull. Oh my god. Jim, she's gonna lose it if that thing lands on her. Yeah. It was. It's not moved for a little while. Thank God. It was flying at me. I don't like it. They're all gross and powdery. And Rich says, heard about the plague of locusts in Pakistan. No, what is that? A new thing? I've seen I think I've seen on TV a plague of locusts. I mean, it looks. I would freak. Oh my god! Imagine it. Ew. Scott says I'm screenshotting every wince. Oh, moths are misunderstood. Oh, see you after it. Yeah, Raj isn't gone. That's me misreading. Shave with one. 2 options: a fly swatter or a spray bottle with soapy water. It weighs down the wings and their flying days are over. The thing is, I don't actually want to kill it. I just want it to disappear. Powdery moth, no, yeah. Kill it and make a fragrance, sell it to zoologist moth, absolute. Right, well, it seems to have not moved for a little while, so I feel slightly safer now, but I do need a soothing drink. Just make sure it's not landed in my drink. Ew. Well, this is getting a bit protracted, isn't it? How long we've been going for? 78 minutes. Right, so I think I've kind of covered that. It's a really nice, all the citruses with a little bit of sweetness, reasonable longevity for a very fresh fragrance. Nothing really making it lean one way or the other. I feel like it's pretty much in the middle. Bay Ritz. Oopsie. So we'll do the other Chanel here because we may as well. And this one's Derville. This one's greener to my nose. It's fresher. It doesn't have that sweet. There is sweetness, but it's coming from, I think, the florals and the citruses. Doesn't have any of the density or what feels like vanilla in the other one. I used to think I liked Bay Ritz more, but I actually think I like this one more. This is really uplifting in a similar way that the Venetian Bergamot is. It's another one that reminds me of a green coloured drink with loads of ice cubes, like a mocktail. Super, super fresh, a little bit green, but not in like leaves way, more of a like green, imagine unripened green fruits, you know, like an orange that never reached its ripenedness, bergamot that's not ripe, unripe green fruits, and sharp and zesty and really clean, and it wakes you up. I really like that one. It's fun. And it's a great one to, if you've got a hangover, this would be like my go-to hangover choice, because it doesn't make you feel sick. It makes you feel clean and fresh, and it uplifts and just helps, I think, a little bit. So yeah, hangover cure, Chanel Derville, Chanel Paris Derville. Right. Lizzie says, why do moths fly into deaf water fire bulbs? Maybe they're just depressed. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they're upset because people like me insult them, slag off their powdery wings. Yeah, it's weird how they are very prone to killing themselves. Like a moth to a flame. What's that song? Like a moth to a flame. Desire. Is it Michael Jackson? Oh, I don't know. You will know if it's Michael Jackson, Lizzie. Rich is finding a moth video. 9 Tutti Frutti, hello, it says moths want to go into another reincarnation. That makes sense, because why would you want to be a moth when your wings are all powdery and gross, and cats just want to play with you and slowly kill you, and silly divvy bimbos run away scared from you? Is it about, can you hear me talking about it? Lovely Moon, my first live with you, and I really enjoyed it. It's so much fun. Good night. Oh, thank you so much, Lovely Moon. You are very welcome here. A very nice welcoming bunch of people, so I hope you'll come back next time. Suicide moth. Jim says, good night, Lovely Moon. Tune in next week when a garden snake makes an appearance. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind that. I quite like snakes. But I don't like worms, and don't even talk about maggots. Let's not even go there. You too, Moth to a Flame. There's another one that's got like a bit of wrapping on it. Like a moth to a flame, hear my desire, or burn my desire, or something like that. I don't know. Mr. Griffin's off. Good night all. By the way, this is a great format. Thank you, Mr. Griffin. It's nice to have you. Yeah, we've got a few new faces. It's really nice. Cherie says, sorry for the random question. Have you or anyone tried Angeli's Pear by Nikolai? I'm going to go get it for you, Cherie. I think you've got it, haven't you, Cherie? Am I right? I thought I saw you had it in a video. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully the moth doesn't get disturbed by my movements. So it's a decant that the lovely Lola sent me, and it's going to be in my Pear video. So Lola sent me Angelique's Pear, and I was going to put it in this list actually, but then I thought, oh, it's a decant. Where's the cat gone? Oh, she's down there. Go get them off, sweetie. Yes, so Lola sent me Angelique's Pear by Nikolai, and it's going in the Pear video. I decided not to put it in this one, but it could totally belong in this one. It's the closest thing to it is actually the Marc Jacobs Pear, but that goes a little bit bitter. This doesn't do that at all. I don't know if I've got any. I've got no skin left anywhere. I could do, no, I have got a little bit up here, so let's go up here. Ooh. I've only worn it a couple of times. It's not the same as the Marc Jacobs Pear by any means, but it's ballpark because it is pear and citrusy, but this is different. The pear, I think here, is a slightly sweeter, more juicy pear, and we know, let's not mention juicy pears around Barry. Is it Janet Jackson? Yes, it is. What's the song? It's one of my, I used to love it. I'll come back to me in a minute. Cherie's thinking about buying it. Okay. Yes, it's a slightly sweet pear with citruses. It's a slightly watery feel to it. So far, it didn't meet what I expected of it. I like it. I think I like my pears a bit sweeter with a little bit of density. Just watching my cat in case she throws up. I've got some sick to clean up that I couldn't face earlier. On my new carpet. Yeah, it's like it's not quite as citrusy as the Marc Jacobs Pear actually. It's really, what is this? Yeah, I don't really know. It's kind of maybe slightly orangey, but it's nice. It's probably the sort of fragrance that you only get about 4 hours or so out of. It doesn't have any kind of like dense heavy base notes or anything. It's quite light, but I still need to give it a proper full wearing really. It's got a like slightly fizzy aspect to the opening as well. Top note, Cherie has Tonka Vanille from Nikolai. And yeah, Lizzie, I did promise you I'd send this to you once I'm done. I haven't forgotten that. Jackie says, I'm waiting to hear someone's review on that pear. I've yet to buy a Nikolai. And John says, we have adders. Lizzie says, I don't mind snakes. I don't mind any animal except flies. They're the worst and responsible for something even worse. Maggots. Yes, I totally agree with you regarding maggots. I had an incident once. I don't really want to talk about it, but yeah, maggots are the worst. Cherie says, thanks. Might leave it for the summer then and hold off a bit longer since we're in winter. Oh yes, down in Oz. They're obviously opposite seasons, so sorry, I got sweetie hairs on my lips. Yeah, I think it's 100% a summer fragrance. Yeah, summer, maybe spring, but it's quite light. It's a daytime summer spring fragrance. Nine Tutti Frutti, what kind of pear are you searching for? What's your perfect pear? Well, I think we probably all have our own ideas about what the perfect pear is, but for me, I think I actually like a synthetic pear drop note, like sweet, hard-boiled sweet pear, candy pear. That's probably the perfect pear. And then maybe, yeah, I don't know, like paired with different things. So, and one that's kind of like maybe more heavy on the gourmand, which I guess is a bit like the La Belle. And then a fruity natural one. Like imagine putting a pear note in with that. That would be good. That would work. Oh yes, actually I reckon you should slip a good pear in with quite a lot of things. Heather says Aidan didn't mow that part of the yard. I'm not picking it up. I think we're talking about snakes. Jim says I have a dead water bug in my front hallway. I'm afraid to go pick it up. I can't pick up dead things. If I really have to, then it's done through several plastic bags or paper towels or something. Or if it's small, the Hoover will do it for me. Yeah, don't like it. Don't like it. Lizzie said, I had a rat in my kitchen the other day. Go ahead and sing it. Rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna fix a rat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix a rat. Cat brought it in and then chickened out of removing it. No idea where it is now. Oh no! What a pain! Oh. Yeah, there was the weirdest thing Sweetie's ever brought in was a toad back in my first house. So Sweetie, who has trouble eating anything bigger than that. So if I'm sharing my chocolate with her, which I know I shouldn't, but I sometimes let her have tiny, tiny little bits of chocolate, you have to like make it really small, otherwise she can't eat it. Her biscuits are special little biscuits like that. So I don't understand how she managed to bring in a toad this big through her cat flap, up the stairs, out into the hallway outside my bedroom, and woke me up at about 3 a.m. going meow, meow, meow. And I go out there and she's like playing with this toad that's just like walking around. And then I had to pick it up and put it outside at 3 in the morning. Yeah, fun. But normally, well, she doesn't bring a lot in. There was one day she found a nest of baby birds in, you know, the birds that nest in the low bushes, not in trees, but in the low bushes. A neighbour had a whole family of birds, and she just kept going and bringing another baby bird, and then playing with it in the garden. That was a bit sad. I called her a birderer. But it's human nature, it's animal nature, isn't it? It's instinct. Scott says, what do you call a moth in a supermarket? I can't believe it's not butterfly. Oh dear. You can tell Scott's a dad. Oh, so John has a theory about spiders. They are actually alien spaceships. Now there's rhyme and reason. I'm not mental honest. Hilary says, I got 5 Lancome frags in yesterday. Really loving Treasure Musk Diamant. Have any of y'all tried it? I've got a sample of that and it is quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, I quite like that one. And I love the bottle. I need to try it a little bit more to figure out if I need that bottle, but the bottle's nice. Right, so yeah, we're all talking about John's spider theory there. So I'm going to do another frag. We're getting there. We're getting there. This is Nice Bergamot. Nice Bergamot by Essential Parfums. I really like this company. I like the simplicity of their bottles. I like that they name their perfumer just like Frederic Malle does, but the difference is that these are at least half the price of a Frederic Malle. Nice Bergamot, the perfumer is Antoine Maison Dieu, and it's kind of a chalky citrus, very fresh and natural again. It feels like it's citruses and herbs, and then it dries down to something that's slightly woodsy. I think there's a fair amount of ISOE super in here. I don't mind. I think it's really nice, and that gives it a really good lasting power. It seems like the ISOE grabs some of the citrus molecules and keeps them going. So of course a lot of the citrus disappears, but actually some of the citrus hangs on for hours, clinging on with the ISOE super. It's actually a really, really nice, clean, refreshing, very natural in the opening smelling fragrance. Nice bergamot. It's a good one. Very, very neutral, completely in the middle. I think there is a floral note. There might be a bit of jasmine in here, I'm not sure, but very, very neutral. It's not particularly sweet or flowery. It's not really woody, it's just a little bit woodsy, but in a sweet way. It's very, very nice, and it's got this chalky element to it that I mentioned that I really like. So that's nice bergamot. Longevity wise, I will actually get a 8-hour day out of that. So it's really, really good. On normal people's skins, it might not last quite so well, but I seem to have this ability to hold on to fragrance quite well. Just trying to scroll through and see if there's anything I need to read out. You're talking about War of the World and space stuff. Oh, Baz is off. Good night, Barry. Thanks for joining. You're slowly dying off. Don't forget to like the video before you go if you haven't done already. I'm going to move on then. So we're going to go for a full-on gourmand now. Coco alla Vaniglia, and that is Kai's Perfumes. They're based in America. This is I think this is a 15ml bottle. They charge, I think it's $23 for their fragrances. This is super, super sweet. So some of you may feel this leans more feminine because it's so sweet. There's vanilla in here and coconut. No, duh, Coco alla Vaniglia. Yeah. It's like one of those tropical holiday type fragrances, but it's very dense and sweet. So where Virgin Island water's kind of light and airy, this has a real density to it. This got me compliments in the chemist from it was 3 people that were working in the chemist, and they all commented. One of them commented, and then they all joined in saying how nice it was, how it smelled like holidays. And it really does. It's like this thick, natural smelling coconut. It's sweet. The vanilla is very sweet vanilla, so it's like the kind of vanilla essence that you might use in cooking cupcakes and icing, what do you call it, frosting. But I'm pretty sure they actually used natural vanilla at Kai's, which is a real treat these days because natural vanilla is so expensive. But it just feels like it has some extra sweetness going on in here. It's very rich coconut vanilla fragrance. Like, there may be a touch of floral. I'm not really sure. No, maybe not. I don't know. But it's really, really nice. A perfect holiday companion, or the kind of fragrance you wear to make you think about holidays, which I really need a holiday now. Kai's Coco alla Vaniglia. Really recommend. If you haven't tried the brand, I think they're very affordable for very nice quality fragrances. Lots of gourmandy type stuff, and a few other things that are slightly quirky and unusual. And I highly recommend trying them. Scent Hunters, hello. Heather says Kai's does ship to the UK. Yes, they do. It's reasonable shipping as well. John says we have to hope there's never any doctors watching these lives. I would think we would all have 5-star padded room to sleep in every day. Yes, quite possible. Not me though, obviously. Heather says Coco Tiara is lovely too. Yeah, I couldn't decide. I was gonna get one or the other, and I went for that one. Are they different enough to warrant owning both, Heather? Jim says my favourite coconut scent right now is Champs Lumières by Rogue. Tuberose and coconut, but mostly tuberose. Interesting. Yeah, I need to try more Rogue. I know Dan's got quite a few samples. I don't know if he's got that one though. Jackie says the Vanilla Kai sounds good. Yeah, and Heather says yes, they're different enough to own both. Yeah, I might do another order from them soon. Need to stop buying stuff though. Do you know what I want to buy? It's a cheapie. It's a Katy Perry one, the one with the cat. It's called Meow. The bottle looks like a cat. I can't remember the notes, but it sounds really nice. And you can get it for about £13. And that's in my basket. It's in my basket, and I keep telling myself I don't need it. Cherie says Champs Lumières is lovely. Also love Dervish. Jackie says it's absolutely gorgeous and creamy. Oh, the tuberose moss they're coming out with. That's going to be Rogue, says Jim. And Heather says I wore the Gâteau de Carnival yesterday. I remember you saying about that one. Is that chocolatey? Lizzie says she wants to try Jennifer Aniston's one. Yes. Oh, which one's that? No, I'm thinking of Jessica. So I want to try Jessica Simpson Fancy because that's got Pear in it. I don't know about the Jennifer Aniston one now. Yeah, which one, Lizzie? And there's a Paris Hilton one that has slightly caught my attention called Can Can. And I still haven't tried any Ariana Grande's because they've got Pear. Some of those have got Pear in. I think Ari is the one that's got my attention, so maybe that's got Pear in it. But I feel like they sound so good, and then when I get them, they're going to be fun for a moment, and then they're not going to stand up against what I've got already, and they're going to be just sort of kind of redundant. But temptations is there to buy a few Ariana Grandes and the Katy Perry and the Fancy, Jessica Simpson. Jennifer's one is meant to be powdery and lovely. Someone recommended it to me. I can't remember who. Tutti Frutti says, I like Cloud. It's such a happy scent. Yeah, I'd like to try it. It gets compared to Baccarat Rouge. Some people say it's quite similar. Some people say it's, when you actually compare them properly, not that similar. Yeah, I'm curious. I'd like to try. I've got one more fragrance for you all, and then I guess I should call it a night. This is Los Angeles Gallivant. It's Gallivant Los Angeles, actually. Can't really see it because of the stupid light. This is a tuberose fragrance, but it's really unusual because it's got a note of asphalt. So it's got it's supposed to be based on Los Angeles, like, so imagine like the heat and the road traffic and all the stuff that goes on in Los Angeles. It's got some ethyl maltol, which is in Baccarat Rouge. It's the candy floss note, but it's not as heavy as it is in Baccarat Rouge. And it's also not as, I think it's not smoky. It's a little bit fresher. This is fresh, but sweet. And not going to be considered unisex for a man who isn't used to wearing florals, because the tuberose is fairly noticeable. But again, like I said earlier, it's someone that is happy to wear Tom Ford Black Orchid or anything with a bit of a floral note will be okay with LA. It's just a really fun neon pink type fragrance. Picture someone walking along the street or actually skating on roller skates, blowing a big pink bubble. It's that kind of fragrance. Jim says LA is my favourite too. Scott says LA is my favourite from the house. Jackie's not tried it. Jon Snow says I'd recommend Black Star from Avril as a fabs. Is that Avril Lavigne? I used to love her. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? Oh, she had so much attitude. Jim's gonna go spray some right now. I'm not sure I get the tuberose. Oh, really? I think it's quite heavy on. It's not like a really heavy tuberose, but it's quite noticeable. But it's like a fresher tuberose. And tell me if you get the rubbery note. So there's Gaiac wood in here, and that's supposed to help create this asphalt type note. And I can actually really smell it from the bottle. Heather says I don't own any celebrity scents. I'm trying to think if I actually own any celebrity scents. I don't think I do. Unless you count the Giovanna Antonelli. Yeah, but that's not really celebrity scents. That's more niche. Hilary says Brooklyn is so good too. I love Brooklyn. To me, I think it's supposed to be orange, but to me it's always smelled like a lemon and vanilla fragrance. John says, yeah, Claire, the wonderful Miss Levine. Or future Mrs. Snow. Oh. He was a skater boy. I said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Yeah, I was crazy about her music back when she was when she first came out. Jim says, oh my god, how did I not smell that before? Yes, I do get the rubbery note. Do you get the candy floss, Jim? Which is ethyl maltol, that sort of sugary thing. Jackie, it sounds like a little like Times Square. Don't know that one. Lizzie says Avril Lavigne sings one of my favourite songs, Underground, tune to Alice in Wonderland. I don't think I know that one. I think I had 2 albums. The one was the album called Complicated, the one, her first one, and then there was, and she's got one about miss you or something. It's about, I think it's about her gran. That was quite nice. I think she had some really good tracks. Jim says I love LA even more now. It's so why'd you have to be so complicated? It's so complex, Jim, I think. It's so multifaceted. It's really interesting and vibrant and fun. Yeah, it's fresh. Heather says Stevie's got to go. Great live. See you all. Bye, Heather. Thanks for popping in. Jim says yes, I get the tuberose candy floss now. When I bought it, I never would have called it a floral fragrance. It's funny, isn't it? It's what you perceive it as, and then if someone else puts a suggestion in there. I mean, sometimes suggestions can ruin a fragrance. Like I ruin fragrances for people quite a lot because I pick things out, and I can't remember. I ruined one for Dan quite recently. I can't remember what I said to him now, but yeah, now all he smells is the horrible thing that I picked out. So, oops. Jackie says Masca Milano's Times Square has that off rubbery note and fruity floral, but more lipstick. Oh, that sounds interesting. I'll have to try and give that a sniff. Scott says I get the sugar and I don't go a lot on tuberose, but LA changed my mind. Jim says I try not to ruin fragrances. Caron Port and Hom smells like something to me that I would never say. Say it now. One of Eugene's videos the other day, what was he talking about? He said it smelled like the underside of an arse cheek hasn't been washed for two or 3 days and has been wiped a lot. And that really made me laugh. And he says it's so deadpan as well. I've forgotten what he was talking about now. I wish I could remember. Oh, was it? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Muscat Fracheur, I don't think. I can't remember. But yeah, that was Eugene's description. Underside of an arse cheek, unwashed for 2 days and done a lot of wiping. Oh yes, the Pacific. Hello, Dzing. Yeah, it was in his. He was talking about artisan perfumes, I think. Yeah, Dzing. Yeah, so that's my last one. Then it's called Los Angeles by Gallivant, and I think it's a really great fragrance for something a little, so some of these are kind of citrusy and fresh. This is a bit different because it has got this sweet tuberose candy floss and then this element of a slightly earthiness and the rubbery note of the asphalt. So it's really unusual. Out of all of these, it's probably the most unusual fragrance, but as you can see from the comments and in the live chat, quite a few people really love this one. And I like the small 30ml bottles. It's really easy to grab and go, take it with you if you're going for an overnight somewhere or you're going on holiday. That's the whole concept of the brand. Jackie says, oh, that sounds disgusting. Oh, okay, this is Jim saying Caron Portunum smells like mildewy washcloth to me, like when my roommate in college would never wash his towels. Oh yeah, that is gross. Jackie says, Eugene, so much details you wonder how he knew. Yeah, you do want to sort of say, yeah, how do you know? But yeah, I think Eugene often does notice like the more dirty animalic notes, and he has a way with words of describing them, which makes him, that's I think part of the reason why we love watching him. Right, so I am all out of frags. So I think we'll probably call it a night. Luckily the killer moth hasn't returned, so I'm hoping that he'll stay down here and leave me alone when I go up to bed. Rose and Jones Lizzie says, the worst fragrance I've smelt lately was La Tosca by Xerjoff. It was so dense. Scott says, night, night, you beautiful people. Night, Scott. Yeah, so I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I will be condensing this video down. So this live will be up in all its glory with me running away from the moth and everything. So I'm going to leave it up, but I'll record this in a much shorter version so that if anyone wants to watch it without the interruptions and the moth and the chat about beans and I don't know where we're cakes and wherever it was we went tonight. We kind of went off on different tangents tonight, but it's always fun. Thank you so much, everyone. I absolutely love when you come along to my lives. Hopefully I will see you all in, we've got a live stream from Nigel tomorrow at 10 p.m. and then on Sunday Frag Addicted do their afternoon live stream, and hopefully I'll see you, maybe I'll see you all there or somewhere. So mwah. Take care.